What's up, you guys? Welcome back and welcome if you're new. In today's video, we're going to be installing these Morimoto XB Evo headlights onto my Tacoma. We're going to show you guys just exactly how we install them. We're going to show you guys the features that these things do come with. And then if at the end of the video you guys do want to go ahead and purchase them, make sure to check out the description box below. Make sure to also stay tuned because we're going to show you guys at night. Let's go ahead and now get into the video and show you guys. Alright, you guys, so let's go ahead and show you guys what comes inside the box. So inside of here, it's going to be well packaged. We don't need that anymore. But these are going to be the brand new Morimoto headlights. So the ones that we do have here today, these are going to be the Evo versions. So you can choose different ones, but I'd highly suggest getting these because you'll get the most out of it. Check out the description box below to purchase yours. But these Evo ones, will show you guys what you can do with them. They also have a hybrid version, or you can go with the old school, just XB version. So keep that in mind for today's install. So inside the box, you're gonna get 4 different keys, which will show you guys exactly what they do. Those are gonna be these colored ones right here. They do give you some different features on these headlights, and it's pretty cool if you ask me, and it's really easy to put them on and switch them out. We'll explain a little bit more later in the video. It's also going to come with 2 resistors, which we're going to have right here. It's going to come with a harness right here that you're going to have to tap into the fuse box. Nothing hard about it. Don't be intimidated. Inside the package, you're also going to get 9 screws. It's going to be inside the little bag where these keys come in. All right, you guys, so it's also going to come with 3 different adapters for your 3rd gen Tacoma. And what I mean by that, if you guys do have full halogen headlights from the factory, it's going to come with some harness adapters. Now, if you guys do have halogen with DRLs, just like my Tacoma came with, it's going to be these harnesses, which we'll give you guys a closer look later on. And now if you guys do have full LED headlights from the factory, kind of like on the TRD Pro, or if you guys do have like a 2023 Tacoma, those usually come with that. One more thing I did want to mention about these Evo headlights, if you do choose this option, at the bottom right here, you're going to notice there is a DOT driver. This is actually removable, and you can purchase an extra supercharged version driver. You can replace it. It's really easy, but one thing to take note on that, it does make these things super illegal. It's for off-road use only because it makes them crazy bright. So if you guys do want that option, which like for me, I did order them for mine, but keep that in mind. We're gonna now show you guys exactly how to remove all this stuff to get to your stock headlights. One thing I did want to let you guys know, if you guys do notice, I do have an aftermarket bumper, so it's gonna be slightly different for me. I did also want to let you guys know, if you check out the description box below, I've linked a video that I made in the past on how to remove your stock bumper. That's gonna be super helpful just in case you guys are a little bit lost. I'll still try to explain it in this video, but keep that in mind. If you need like a visual, check out that video. It'll show everything. So for the first thing you're gonna need is gonna be a size 10mm socket, and you're also going to need a panel removal tool just like this one, or if you don't have that, you can just use a flathead just like that. For the first step is you're going to remove a screw that's right here and a screw that's here. That's going to be a size 10mm socket, and then you're going to have a clip right here and a clip on the opposite end. That's going to be with your panel removal tool. Just to show you guys how these work, when they're in your truck, they're going to be pressed down like that, as you guys can see. So with your flathead or a panel removal tool, you're going to notice there's going to be like little cutouts right there. What you want to do is get the tool in between, pry it up, and then that's where you can insert your tool, and it pulls right out. It's that simple. Now that that's removed, the next step is going to be grabbing this right here. You pull up, and it's going to release just like that. One thing I did want to let you guys know, if you guys do have a 2020 and up Tacoma, you guys are probably going to have that sensor up front. So you want to be really, really cautious and kind of mindful of that. You don't want to pull this grill out all the way before you disconnect the harnesses because you can tear them. The next step here, after you kind of unclip everything, you're going to notice there's like a little brown clip right up at the top right there. If you're strong enough, you can press it in and release it down. I'm pretty weak, so I'm going to use this little tool here. You can use like needle nose pliers, and that will release it. After that, you're going to notice there's a harness here. Like I said, this is only for 2020 and up Tacomas. There's going to be this harness here. At the bottom, you're going to have a clip that you're going to need to push in, and it'll release it. So push in, and it releases just like that. That's the clip I'm talking about. You have to push in, and it releases. So now our grill should be released. It's still held on at the bottom. For you, all you literally have to do is pull back and yours will release. For me, I have to jiggle it out since I do have this front bumper. I'm just gonna go ahead and drop my grill up top right here. Up next, if you guys did have your factory bumper still and you want some steps on that, check out the description box below. I have a video on how to remove it. As far as for me, mine is pretty much exposed, so we're gonna skip that step and move on to the next. I'm gonna go ahead and now remove this right here, which for me, it's really simple. Just gonna pry this off real quick, and it's gonna expose all of the bolts here. So if you guys had to watch that video and now you guys are back, your guys' bumper should of course be removed, and this is what you guys should be seeing. So now you want to go ahead and get your size 10mm socket. You're going to have to remove 3 bolts. It's really simple. There's going to be a bolt right here, a bolt right up top, and a bolt right here. So let's go ahead and now do that. So on this step here, after you remove the bolts, you're going to need to focus on the tabs of the headlight. So you need to actually pry them up a little bit right over that white clip there. So I hope you guys can see that on camera. Just pry it up a little bit, right and over, as you guys can see. Same with this one. While you're doing that, with your other hand, you kind of want to support it. You don't want the headlight to fall right out. And then it's going to release, as you guys can see. It's not going to allow you to pull it out fully. So if you guys come on the opposite side over here, I'm going to show you guys the trick. So it's actually held in by this clip here. So all you do is you slide it inwards towards the radiator, and it releases it just like that. Once you remove your headlight completely and you unplug everything, you're going to notice, depending on what Tacoma you guys do have, it's going to have different set of harnesses. So we're going to really quick explain on the harnesses. So depending, of course, on the Tacoma that you guys do have, if you guys do have the one with the full halogen headlight and no DRL, you're going to want to go ahead and grab the one with the 5 harnesses right here. As you guys can see, you're going to have a driver's side and a passenger side, but if you count the connectors, it should only have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, if you guys do have a Tacoma like mine, which my factory headlights, they were halogen with LED daytime running lights, you're going to want to go ahead and grab the harness that has the 6 connectors. So you're going to notice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Driver side, passenger side. So that's going to be for mine. But as far as for this one over here, if you guys do have full LED headlights, so if you guys do have like a TRD Pro or a newer Tacoma, this is the one you guys would grab. For you guys, it's going to be super simple since it's only this. So let's go ahead and grab the corresponding one for my Tacoma. We're going to start with the driver's side. On the factory harness, you're only going to have 5 plugs. But on the adapter harness with the new headlights, you're going to have 6 plugs. So you're only going to be utilizing 5 of these for now. So all you really have to do is just go ahead and line all of these up, connect them, make sure they click in their place. Once they do, then we can get started to the next step. Now that you guys have the adapter harness, as you guys can see, everything is clipped in. One thing to take note on, we still have that other one left over, and of course the one that's going to go to the new headlights. All right, you guys, after you connected the adapter harness, you're going to, of course, like I said earlier, have that leftover one. And what you want to do is get your resistor that came in the box, and you want to go ahead and install it. It only goes in one way, and you want to make sure that clicks as well. So push it in as much as you can, make sure it clicks, it's not going to fall. And then in the back of this, it actually has a really strong magnet. So you want to clean off the surface where you're going to be putting it, which I cleaned it off a little bit there. That's where I'm going to install this. So just like that. And as you can tell, this thing is not going anywhere. If you're kind of scared of that, you can always put it on the inside, maybe put a zip tie, up to you. But this is how it's recommended to install, so I'm going to do it that way. All right, you guys, so for this next step, you want to go ahead and get a Phillips head screwdriver. This part is really, really easy. So on your factory headlights, you're going to have like this little trim piece here. Let me show you guys. And it's going to have 2 little Phillips head right there. So that's what you want to go ahead and remove, those 2 screws. It's that simple. So go ahead and unscrew them. And we're going to need to save this trim piece. We're going to be transferring it over to the brand new one. So make sure you don't damage it while removing it. On the new headlight right here, we're going to be installing that on that same section. So just line it up. It should have some nipples. And that's where you want to go ahead and just line all that up, just like that. And on the screws there, you don't want to reuse the factory ones. You actually want to use the ones that came provided in the little bag. So go ahead and grab 2 new screws and screw them in using that same Phillips head screwdriver. And remember not to over tighten, it is plastic, so you don't want to damage anything. So now that that's secure, we're gonna move on to the next step. Let's go ahead and flip this on the back side right here. So now turning it on its back side, we're gonna focus on this harness right here. And we're also going to be focusing on the 4 different colored mode selectors. So those are gonna allow you to do different things. As an example, with the red one, that's gonna give you a DRL in the color white, and the turn signal is going to fade off. And now if you guys do select the blue ones, that's gonna be a DRL color white with the turn signals being sequential. Now if you guys do go with this green one over here, that's gonna give you a DRL in the color amber with a turn signal that fades off. Now, if you guys do go with the black one, that's going to give you a color amber for the DRL with a sequential turn signal. These are actually the ones that I'm going to choose because this feature is kind of what I wanted them for. So I'm going to go ahead and throw the black ones on. I think it's going to look the best. And it does only go in one way, as you guys saw there. And make sure it clicks in. Once you hear the click, you're ready to go. So now that you selected which one you want, as far as for me, it's black, I did want to let you guys know. So after you do the whole installation, you still can select a different color afterwards. You just have to make sure the headlights are off. You just unplug and connect a different color. We'll show you guys on night what we're talking about. Now you should only have these 2 harnesses, which this blue one here, inside the package, you're gonna get another harness that looks like this with an adafuse. That's where we're gonna be connecting this here, but we'll do that later in the video. Just wanted to mention that. And then this one is the one that's going to be connected directly to the adapter harness that we just installed. Another thing I also wanted to mention, right now it does come with the DOT spec driver. If you guys do want to change them out right now, this is the best time. It's just 4 screws, one there, one there, one there, and there. Phillips head, remove, and then replace it with a brand new one. It's going to be nice and red, and that's how you'll know you have the supercharged drivers on. So like I said, I'm going to leave the DOT ones on for now. Let's move on to the truck. All right, you guys, so now coming back to the truck, we're gonna go ahead and now install the adapter harness onto the headlight assembly. This also only goes in one way, so you can't mess it up. Just push it in, make sure it clicks. Once it's there, you wanna go ahead and carefully grab all the harness. You can use a zip tie to go ahead and zip tie all these together so you don't have a bunch of wires dangling, and go ahead and tuck it in. And then from here, we're gonna go ahead and now install the headlight. So let me show you guys from the opposite side. So to go ahead and install them, they're not just going to clip in. You have to, if you remember, there's this little like clip here. You have to slide it inwards just like that. And then while doing so, you want to make sure the headlight is lined up on the body over here. So that way everything goes in perfectly as it should. Up next, you're going to have a harness that looks like this inside the package. One side is going to be really long, and then the other side is going to be a little bit shorter, and then you're going to have a really short one. So the really short one is going to go to the driver's side headlamp, and then the second to the shortest is going to go to our fuse box. Longest one is going to be ridden over here to the passenger side. So the way this works is you can route this 2 ways. You can either route it downwards through the bottom of the frame, just you want to make sure not to get anything caught, or the way I'm going to do it is I'm actually going to be removing this little plastic piece here. If you notice, there's a bunch of little clips, and those are going to be removed with the plastic removal tool. As far as on this little one here, so the little wire is going to go, like I said, to the driver's side headlamp, to that wire back here. Let me show you guys. So you should have that blue wire left over from earlier that it came out of the harness, and that will connect to it just like that. Make sure you clip it all the way in. And there it is. So let's go ahead and now route our wire to the passenger side. Now the harness is ran. Now I can reinstall that plastic piece that we did take off from here. So the next step is going to be getting the adafuse that does come provided. I did want to let you guys know, if you guys do have a 3rd gen Tacoma like me, and your adafuse does come with a prong like this, it's not going to work. Reason why is our 3rd gen Tacomas do come with low profile fuses in the fuse box just like this. So if we put them side by side, you can see the differences. The one that the 3rd gen Tacomas come with is short like this. The one that came provided is a little too big. So what I'm going to have to do here real quick is I'm just going to chop this up. I'm going to slide it in, and then we got our brand new adafuse, and we can keep going with this install. So that's what I'm going to do right now. crimping it down. Just make sure it's not going to fall off. If you applied heat shrink, I'd recommend putting it on. Close this up real quick. All right, and now we're good to go. So let's move back onto the truck and continue with our install. Okay, so now that we have the added fuse all fixed up to how we need it, we're gonna go ahead and connect that harness that goes towards the both headlights, driver and passenger side. We're gonna connect this. Now it's good. So the next step, what Morimoto wants you to do is get a 7 and 32 drill bit just like this. And they basically want you to go ahead and drill out a hole right here in between this brown relay and this blue one. So that way the wire can fit right through there. So this added fuse, we're actually gonna run it over here. So you're gonna notice I already uninstalled the fuse that was there. You're gonna have a size 10 there, and then right here at the bottom as well. So I've pulled it off, and if you see here, at the bottom where the prongs are, we do have a size 10. Up here at the top, we do have a size 20. So that's where that's gonna go connected, right here, in between this section here, as you guys can see, just to give you guys a better picture. So before I actually drill out my whole box here and I go ahead and plug this back in and all that stuff, what I'm going to be doing is I'm actually going to be turning on the truck just to make sure that everything is set. I also wanted to let you guys know on the XB Evos, like the ones that I got specifically, these ones have the heating element. So those will engage if the temperature on the outside is 41 degrees and below. I'm going to go ahead and list a picture right here so you guys can read through it. It's going to show you guys how to enable that feature only if you get these headlights. If you guys do get their other versions, it won't have that. So please keep that in mind. I did also want to let you guys know, don't forget, at nighttime, make sure to adjust these headlights. These are actually meant for like a stock lift. So if you guys are lifted like mine, you guys are going to need to adjust them a little bit. And I also want to let you guys know, if you do want to purchase them, don't forget, it's going to be in the description box below. Now, if you guys still have questions on anything, whether it's the install or any of the features, or if you guys want some more pictures or something in depth, make sure to hit me up on Instagram. It'll be right here and also in the description box below. So go check that out. Check out Morimoto. They do have a bunch of different products. They don't only have these headlights, and they also make it for many other vehicles. So if you don't have a Tacoma, you can still check them out. Chances are they make something for you. All right, you guys, so now that we're at the end of the video, we're gonna go ahead and give you guys some night clips right now. I did also wanna tell you guys, we're gonna show you guys the different features on the different coloring selectors. If you guys do remember, you can select different options. So the current option that we do have it in right now is going to be the black one. So I'm going to show you guys. So if you do see it right here, we do have the amber DRL. And then if we do hit the turn signal, it is going to be amber sequential. So you're going to see that there. So that's going to be with the black connector. Keep that in mind. Right now, we're going to go ahead and switch it out for a different color, just so you guys can see what we're talking about. I also want to tell you guys, before you do change out those color selectors, make sure your headlights are completely off. If you do it right now, you can run the risk of messing something up. So make sure you shut everything off, and then you can go ahead and switch those little plug connectors out. We're going to go ahead and remove the black one, and we're going to try one of the other ones out just to show you guys. So the headlights are off. We got the red, we got the green, and we got the blue. I'll just go ahead and put on the red, and let's see what this bad boy does. All right, you guys, so now that we saw what red does, we're gonna go ahead and take this one off and let's see what blue does. All right, I'm gonna turn this bad boy on. All right, you guys, so now let's remove the blue one. We got the headlights off. We're gonna go ahead and go with the last one, the green, and then we'll put it back to black. So there it is. Let me turn these bad boys on. We just showed you guys all the different selector colors there are. The one on this side is, of course, the black one, which is going to give you the sequential. And then the one on this side is the last green one we just installed. As you guys can see, it's just like a regular turn signal. So for me, I'm going to stick with the black ones. I like it a little bit better. It gives it a better feel. And that DRL looks really good in amber, at least in my opinion. So you can go ahead and play with yours, select what you want, and there it is. If you guys do want to go ahead and purchase these, make sure to check out the description box below. If you guys do have any more questions about about them, make sure to hit me up on Instagram. It'll be right here and also in the description box below. If you guys do want to see any other types of videos or any type of clips specifically on something of these headlights, make sure to let me know on Instagram and I'll be glad to help you guys out with any questions or video clips you guys do want. I also wanted to let you guys know we just recently installed some Morimoto taillights as well. So make sure to check that video out and go ahead and purchase yours. So now I'm all Morimoto front and rear. Super excited about that. Go ahead and buy yours. Description box below. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
JesseRizo is here for you. It's here for you now. Like I said, it's super simple. Please feel free to subscribe.